ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम गंगणपते नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम गुणातीतो अक्षरं ब्रह्म भगवान् पुरुषोत्तमः जनो जानन्निदं सत्यम् उच्यते भवबन्धनात्। ओम भगवते श्री स्वामिनारायणाय नमः। श्री लक्ष्मीनारायणाय नमः। श्री नरनारायणाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमो नमः। ओम श्री उमा महेश्वर स्वामिने नमः। दिव्यलिंगाय नमः। श्री हनुमते नमः। Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 20th of March 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to the Supreme Paramatma residing in the heart of every being at all times in every situation. We are examining Advaita Vedanta in the morning satsang that we do. We have multiple platforms and multiple programs, and in the morning satsang platform, part of the Energy Personal Excellence program, which is available for everyone, the morning satsang program is all on Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta, as a quick reminder, it is non-dual realization. Non-dual means not two. Advait, the word a plus dvait is equals to Advait. Dvait means two. Duality. I, Sachin, is here, somebody else is out there, something else is out there. So there's diversity and there's duality. And there is also plurality. So see these three words. There's diversity. For example, if you go to a buffet, let's use a simple example. You go to a 100-item buffet. What do you see? Diversity. Different food items are there, right? That's diversity. We also see plurality. Plural means many different forms. If we say there's a salad bar, okay, but how many different types of lettuce are there? 4 different types of lettuce, 5 different types of lettuce, romaine lettuce and this lettuce, iceberg lettuce and all that. This is called plurality. So there's diversity, plurality, and of course duality. Duality meaning I am here, the objects are outside, and then I'm interacting with them, right? Isn't it so? This is our experience in life. ये हमारा जीवन का अनुभव है. Throughout. So while we are in the waking state, Jagrut Avastha, we have the experience of duality, plurality, and diversity. I think that should be easy to understand, very clear. Now, Advaita Vedanta calls this Vyavharika Satyam. It is a layer of reality. The reality, ultimate reality, is one, and it is that same ultimate one reality, one Ekam Sat, that one Param Satyam, that itself is manifesting as, appearing as this duality, plurality, diversity. Well, that's very interesting. Are we saying that if I'm eating a piece of tomato, I am that tomato also? Is that what we're saying? Is that what Advaita says? If it's saying there's only one, then you are everything, every object, every person. There's only one. But that's not our experience. Our experience is not that there's only one. Our experience is there's so many in the waking state. So, Advaita Vedanta is actually a path, marga, and it is also the realization. There's two things to understand here. When I say that, if Sachin says, I'm following Advaita Vedanta, if a sadhak says, I'm following the Advaitic path, that means that the person is taking steps, one step at a time, one rung at a time, to move towards non-dual realization. It is a path from the plurality, duality, diversity into the realization of the one. It is a path. Advaita Vedanta, the word Advaitam is a state of real. It's not just a state, it is the Tattva itself, Brahman. It is not just a state. That's also not correct, actually. Although you can say that, but that's not really accurate. It is the Tattva. Tattvik, or how can I say this? It is the realization of the one Tattva, one without a second. There's no other than that. And that is everything. That is all. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. That is all. All is that. This is realization. So Advaita, the path of Advaita actually begins with just our experience of life. That's where it begins. And it begins with curiosity. Who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? Where am I headed? These are the basic questions in humanity. So in Advaitic realization, this body, mind, senses, this what has been granted to us, Manushya Sharir, that human body and the brain, the mind, the senses, everything that is given to us, it is an opportunity given to us by Parabrahma, by the Supreme Param Tattva, opportunity given to the Jivatma to realize the Brahman. It is an opportunity. And this is where the Bhagavad Gita, verse number 39, chapter number 4, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sanyatendriya, the one we have been looking at, it comes into the picture because Shraddha is the main quality that has to be developed from inside the heart to take a spiritual path. Without that Shraddha, one will just live as a regular human being in the material world, material desires, material activity, bhautik jagat, bhautik ichha. That's it. Using maybe very ethical, maybe very moral, etc. Good person, no doubt. Doing good things for people, for oneself, no doubt. That could be. Hopefully, that's fine. But it ends there. There's nothing further that will happen. And the person just lives like that. And then the body becomes old and then they're gone. That's it. So Vedanta will say, Sanatana Dharma will say that the Jivatma will take another birth and another birth, another birth. It'll just keep going like that. And it can go on for infinity like that until it realizes what it is and what is the Brahman. It will keep going back, coming back again and again and again into the universes. We are born on this planet. We might be born on some other planet, some other kind of a body. There are infinite number of galaxies. You'd never get out of the material world. That is why the incarnations of God come. And like this verse in the Gita that says, Shraddhavan labate jnanam, that develop Shraddha, the development of Shraddha, that there is transcendental reality beyond this material world. That is all part of Shraddha, that there actually is the cycle of birth and death. How do we know that? We cannot know that just like that. It's a matter of faith. It's a matter of saying that so many generations have gone, so many great sages have come, and they have discovered this cycle, that there is such a thing. One would have to study it to some extent, be convinced that there is actually such a thing as a cycle of birth and death, and we want out of that cycle. Do we really want to be born again and again, or have become children in somebody else's home again? If you get a human birth, you may not even get human birth. Just look outside. You've got squirrels and dogs and cats and bugs and trees, and is that what we want to become? We want those bodies? Kya chahiye? This is the thing. The different animal species, they live in fear that somebody else will kill them. Is that what we want? So, based on our vasanas, our desires, our state of mind, we are going to get exactly what we want, one way or the other. It depends on our sanskars, depends on our ethics and morality. That is how the next body is created. In fact, in this birth, in this current life, every single day we are generating the next body. We don't realize all this thing. Everything we do, let's say for example, Sachin is 53 years old, whatever I've done right now is already generating the next body, and I can change it. If I say, no, I want to reach the Paramatma, Bhagwan ke Dham mein hi jana hai, don't want any of these material bodies, then 100% attention has to be kept on God. And Adhyatmic path, spiritual path. And if attention is kept there, that old sanskars that could potentially generate other material bodies will be overrun and new development happens. So we are generating the next body right now. Because it's just a matter of time. This body is 53 years old. I don't know how long this body will live. But if I'm going to keep rolling around in the mud of the sansar, wasting time, then the next body will be just based on my vasanas and desires, and that'll be the, and who knows where that will be. That technology is a super technology in Prakriti. That Mahashakti, she knows which body to give. Wherever our root desires are, as well as our sanskaras, the pap, karma, and all the different karmic balance, that will generate the next body. If we don't want another body and we want moksha, we want out of this cycle, then the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, Advaita Vedanta, all these things are applicable at that point. Then that is a whole idea of going beyond all of the attachments and vairagyam and bhakti and all these ideas that we keep talking about. The purpose of that is to open the doorway, moksha dvaram apavrutam, open the doorway into mukti from this cycle, this horror show of this cycle of birth and death. Because that is what it is. It is rog. Gunatitanand Swami said, it is a maharog, to be born again and again, the disease of birth and death. If we celebrate people's birthdays, one should be celebrating how much spiritual realization do we have? From the calendar, Rohini, on the so how much development is there on the spiritual path? That is what needs to be celebrated. When a baby is born, people are so happy that a child is born. That Agnani Jiva has come again in this world, suffering to suffer only. That's all it is. Isme kuch celebration karne ki zaruri nahi hai isme. There's no celebration in that. That the Jivatma is trapped inside Maya. We don't realize why she's crying and shouting and screaming and gasping for breath. Is there anything good in this? Think about it. Is that what we want? So, we don't want all those things. Bhagwan ka akhand smaran karna. And he'll take one out of this thing. Otherwise, the Jivatma will come back into somebody's womb again and again and again. Of course, no doubt, we celebrate the birth of a child. That's all fine. And that's all good. There's nothing negative in that, in that sense. There are a lot of sanskars are there, and there's a lot of duties to be performed. But for that Jivatma is stuck back inside the sansar, becoming a child again and then thrashed inside the sansar. Think about it. Think about how much pain children have to experience. They have to go through so much discipline. They have to go through so much conditioning. Their mind is like a blank slate. They're coming from Purva Janma Sanskar. Kitna headache hai sab. And then there's competition in the world, and there's somebody's trying to beat somebody else, and there's problems in the family, and ye sab chahiye? Who wants all this thing? You see, so if you don't want all this thing, Bhagwan ka akhand smaran karna and ask Bhagwan Krishna to take out of this thing. He'll definitely take out. Devi Esha, all this thing may sound a bit strange actually to talk about this, but ye satya baat hai. In this satsang that is being done, there's no dilution, there's no diversion. जो शास्त्र में लिखा है वो ही आपको बताएंगे. मानो या ना मानो, आपकी इच्छा. But this is what it is. भगवान कृष्ण स्वयं कहते हैं, दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया माम एवये प्रपद्यन्ते माया में तम तरन्तिते. ये जो माया का जो बंधन है, if you want to come out of it, you come to me. You come 100% to me, भगवान कृष्ण कहते हैं. You go to the Lord in any which form, doesn't matter, but go to Him. He will take you out of the Maya. Otherwise, this reincarnation cycle is not stoppable. Nobody can stop it. There's no chance of anybody stopping that thing. And it will continue, and it will continue. The moment we have attachment towards anything we possess, you'll be surprised how that can happen. I'll close with this idea. Let's say, for example, if I leave my car, the car, and in my will I leave it to a family member, and I'm very attached to that car, that'll cause rebirth. It will cause rebirth, chasing that thing somewhere. Whatever ichha I have, that is where Bhagwan places me. Places the Jivatma. I said, you're attached to that car. Whoever has that car, you'll wind up chasing that thing again. Get into that person's family, somebody else's family, to get into that karma connection. Itna karma ka bandhan hai, don't ask. Karma ka tremendous bandhan hai. We cannot imagine. And isko todne ke liye भगवान की मूर्ति अंतर में रखना, भगवान के शास्त्र भगवद गीता हाथ में रखना, माला हाथ में रखना, परमात्मा सत्य और सब असत्य है. If we have that conviction, just that much conviction in our sadhana, all the karmas are destroyed. We cannot destroy all of our karmas. We can never destroy them. This is what Vedanta is saying. There's a long path and there's a direct path. The long path is bahunam janmanam ante jnanavanam prapadyate. We don't want that path. The Bhagavad Gita mein jo likha hai, bahunam janmanam ante, that'll take millions more lifetimes and who knows what happens. One has to recognize, just observe how many babies are born, how many animals are born, how much trouble there is in the sansar. Sansar mein, sansar ka bandhan, apar bandhan hai. Apar. It is a forest, it's a jungle. And to come out of that, one doesn't even know one is trapped inside of there. That is why Mahapurusha Sanshraya Satsanga Kitka Mahima Kitna hai. We don't realize all these things. The people are just rolling around and they're just stuck only. That's all. But when you awaken, then what happens? The whole life is beautiful. Then everybody gets moksha. There's that one statement. If one person in the family begins to awaken in this realization, many past, it's called Pedi. These are called the past families that we have been connected with. They all get liberated. It's amazing what can happen. That is the power. You see, so of course we are enjoying and suffering both in this world. But that is at the human level. But to rise above that and to see beyond those layers of limitation, that is not an easy thing. I'm putting it in simple language here. बहुत difficult बात है, बहुत बड़ी बात है. And that doesn't mean there's any dislike for anybody or anything like that. But recognize the nature of bondage. What is bondage? What is mukti? We live in the world. We have to live in the world just the way it is. But at the same time, to rise above, that opportunity is given to us. And if we don't take that opportunity, then again the rebirth is continue. That is called the law of reincarnation. It is called antayamatihi sagati. What is our desires? Antar mein ichha kis prakar ki hai? What I want I want that so badly. Do the sadhana, you will get it eventually. Maybe not immediately, but at some point it will come. You want something, it will manifest. Even after getting it, then what? Then you want something else, and something else, and something else, and something else. And then it goes on. So anyway, so let's stop here for now. This is how the law of reincarnation works. Om Dhyan Mulam Gurur Murti, Mantra Mulam Gurur Vakyam, Puja Mulam Gurur Padam, Moksha Mulam Gurur Krupa, Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva, Tameva Bandusha Saka Tameva, Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva, Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम दुर्गे दुर्गे रक्षिणी ठ ठ स्वाहा ओम श्री दुर्गार्पणमस्तु ओम श्री राधा कृष्णार्पणमस्तु।